So right now what I'm going to do is dive in and show you a little bit of the solution. We actually use software and services to help you engage your member. First thing we're going to show you is the software. Now I'm going to use a persona called Emily to walk through. Let's assume Emily goes to your church and you can see how we engage her in both that software and services. I mentioned to you that the website is the primary place to engage your prospects. Conversely, we think the mobile app is the best place to engage your members. I call it church in their pocket. They have them with it all the time. It's post-gate, meaning they have to log in to use it. Plus, there's a lot of cool device functionality we can use to help engage people. A couple core elements that we push into your mobile app. And this is any mobile app, right? We are not a mobile app. We use your mobile app. But the components that we push into this, highly personalized dashboard. Emily's going to know right away this is hers, and David's going to know this is his. The key component to it is we take these steps, these badges, these icons of engagement, yours. So picture your steps inside of here. We just expose them to the member. The idea is if we have an idea of a life cycle that they should do, why aren't we telling the member to let them manage their own journey? You can see here with Emily that she is baptized, she goes to church on a regular basis, but she's not in small group. Serves, shares her faith, but she's not giving and coaching. David, on the other hand, is in small group, but he hasn't shared his faith. So that takes us to the next piece. These are these highly customized for you messages that help the member take a step in their faith. So in this case, you're going to encourage Emily with a message to get into a group. But why would we give David that same message? He's already in a group, right? And just as a little anecdote where this came from, when I first joined the church, and again, it's a little unfair because I work for an agency, but I'm sitting in my office and I got an email from the church and it said, "Hey, Blue, don't forget to meet at the kiosk afterwards and sign up for a group." Right? And I printed that out and I wrote on there kindly, been in a group for the last 16 years, been leading a group for the last 11 years. This email just did two things. It told me after 16 years, my church still doesn't know me and I'm on staff. And it told me I can ignore every future email because they're obviously irrelevant. So our goal from that point forward and with this solution is to help you get the right message to the right person at the right time on the right channel. Right? So that's this idea of for you engaging messages to take a step in their church. We have this third section, we just like to call it news and events. You may have a message you want to send out to the entire congregation, like go to the barbecue this weekend. But you're going to want to create that in a way that it converts at the highest level. So Emily's going to get imagery and copy that's unique to her. It may be family and friendly and fun. And David's going to get imagery around meats or sports or whatever it is that we think is going to help get him to go to the barbecue. Highly personalized, highly targeted messaging. Now, we support the mobile app as your predominant or your primary form of messaging to your members, but not the only one. We're still fans of email and SMS. We just want them to work together. There's a lot of churches that have what's called a multi-channel strategy, meaning I can talk to my members on multiple channels. And in fact, they usually do that. The problem is they usually blast the same message on every channel and just hope it hits. What we want is for these to build off of each other. So as an example, we may encourage Emily to join small group through the mobile app. If she actually clicks this button and joins a group, then we can send her an email that gives her logistics or information about group. And then we can wait until the night of and send her a text message that actually encourages her to show up. The idea is that they work together. The beauty here too is no more uploading lists. You can use the same segmented audience, the same target segment, and they're going to work really, really well together. So I mentioned to you also the website, that we feel like the website is predominantly for your prospects. But what we do for your members is we give you a member login on your website. They'll have a little link on there that says My Dashboard they can click on. They do that one time, and after that, then what they see is their personalized dashboard even on the website. So once they log in, they're going to see their steps. It's a really good example of what it looks like to click on one. You can see all of your For You messages. You can get all of your news and events, very similar to what's shown on the mobile app. It's the same dashboard actually. A component in this view that I like to show you is this idea of edit profile. We're huge fans of exposing the member profile information to them. Let them clean their own data. I don't know about you guys, but we were constantly at our church chasing clean data, updated email addresses, change of address. The people that are best served and equipped to do that, the people themselves, edit their own information. Okay, so in addition to this, what you're getting a feel from is we're arming the members to manage their discipleship journey. Well, the next segment that we're trying to arm is your staff. So literally inside of your mobile app, your staff is going to be able to look up member information. Let's assume Tara is a staff member. This is her badges, this is her dashboard, these are her personalized messages, but she gets this search bar right up top here. In that search bar, if she's going to go meet with Emily, she just types in Emily's name, And this is the view she gets of Emily. So she can see where Emily is in her walk. She can see exactly what she is and isn't doing. She can get some demographic information about Emily and her family. But what's really cool, she can actually see the messages that the church has been sending to Emily so that when she meets with her, she can reinforce it. She can see that she's been getting a message to get into small group, which makes sense because she's not in a group and it might be a great conversation starter to have with her. Okay, so we're arming the member to manage their own journey. We're arming staff to come alongside it. And the third segment that we're arming are your small group leaders. Now, you have the option to toggle this on or off. I'm a huge fan of it because what we're doing is getting small group leaders in the fight to also help make disciples of the people on their roster. So what they can do is a small group leader, they can log in. They're going to see the people on the roster. They can email them or call them through the tool itself right there. But what's also neat is they get to see exactly where the small group members are in their journey. And for me, for instance, what I do is I'd look at it, and if 80% of my people weren't serving, then I either spoke on the biblical principle of serving, or perhaps I created a group serve project, something to help get people engaged. So, recap, arming the people to manage their journey, staff to manage their journey, and small group leaders to manage their journey. Okay, here's how we do it. What we do is we give your comms team, the people who are building a message, this idea of buckets of data, buckets of attributes. So we can let you segment your entire congregation down by either people type, demographics, church engagement. So for example, in this case, we said I want to speak to active members of the church, female, 25 to 40, married, baptized, giving, not in a group. Any data sort we have, we pull in and allows you to segment from this group, which you can see here, all the way down to who it applies to. Now, once we've segmented the audience and we know who we want to talk to, what do we want to say to them? So in this case, this is the editor to build a message that pushes to the dashboard. You can see you simply type in the header, the copy, you upload the image or the video or the GIF, you can set the schedule and the priority. This is the page we used to build this message right here for Emily. Now, what's really cool about this is these are dynamic messages. This is not a static message. Right? So if Emily actually clicked this button called Find a Group and signed up for a group, she would instantly fall out of the segmented audience here called Not in a Group. So what would happen is the system would pull that message and spin the next one up. It's a great way to keep active. You know, one of a good example that I like on how this works is we really encourage our churches to recognize their members for their baptism anniversary. Right? I get recognized all the time for my birthday and don't even care, but nobody else on the planet is recognizing me for my baptism. So what we encourage the churches to do is say, hey, go into the system and look for everybody that was baptized 7 days before or 7 days after today's date. We call your data, and anybody that fits that 14-day window will see a message around, hey, congratulations on the best decision. The thing is, that'll just run for the year. People will come in and out of it. And as soon as they fall out of that 14-day window, we pull the message and we spin the next one up. The team has to build it once and just let it run. It's a great automation tool. All right. So in addition to having an editor to build messages for your dashboard, this is the editor to build an email. If you've been using any sort of an enterprise level email solution, this will look very familiar. It's drag and drop imagery, very easy to use. Here's the editor that we have for text messaging. Again, it's two-way texting, so they can text, you can text them back. You get unlimited keywords. Again, very similar if you've used any enterprise level SMS tool. The key is not the tool there. It's that all of these integrate together. You're using the same audience, you're using the same segmentation, you're just selecting the channel that's integrated with it. One of my favorite components is our message gallery. This is a huge time saver for your comms team. What we've done is our team populates this on a regular basis with new messages. What's really cool though is the churches we're currently working with have also given us permission to take their top performing messages and dump them in the gallery. So if your comms team is out there looking for a message, they just search by baptism or sharing or serving, in this case, giving. They can click on it, find one they like, and you simply click on the load message. It grabs it from the gallery and dumps it into your instance. It's a huge, huge time saver for your team. All right, then we just measure it. We just measure the heck out of everything. Two primary areas, church engagement. Are you actually moving the number on getting people to do more? Getting more people serving, getting more people giving, getting more people sharing. And the second piece is actually message engagement. Are the messages we're building converting? And the second biggest piece that we're looking for is message engagement. Are you actually building messages that are converting? This is actually from one of our existing clients. They gave us permission. Just some examples in this 3-week period. You can see a couple things I like to highlight. There's 2 different ways that I can get Emily to sign up for something. She can either go through this badge or she can go through the message. In this 3-week period, they had 686 message clicks. but they had over 1,600 badge clicks. Guys, these badges, these icons that you click on, they work. They convert. Right? This is something in the marketing world we call a persistent encouragement. Every time they open the app, this is something to say, hey, if you want to grow in your faith, this is something we encourage you to do. They're highly, highly effective. Another really cool tool that we have is that you can set goals for engagement steps. Beginning of the year, you can set goals in each one of your badges, each one of those steps of what you expect to do as a church, and then simply track progress throughout the year to see how effective you're doing.